And yeah. Oh, I would love a church, but I'm getting a lot of thoughts where I don't want to do it because some people say that there's like too much shadow with my spirit. Love a church, but I'm getting a lot of just read it to you guys. And yeah. Oh, I would love a church, but I'm getting a lot of thoughts where I don't want to do it because some people say that there's like too much shadow with my spirituality. Those guys say like drop the esoteric stuff and just stick to Christianity, and they don't realize that the esoteric is the Christianity. Like it's all stolen from the Bible. Like, it's just a different angle of looking at it. Now, if I'm doing black magic and shit, and that if you ever see me get goth on you guys, that is an occultist. That's an esoteric freak. But yeah, if it's to reconcile my Bible, because yeah, how fucked up were you internally? What do you mean internally at 23? 23 is like one of the best years of my life in terms of individuation. Like I was Zerka. Wasn't the happiest guy on earth, but when you know who you are, like it's so weird to say, but like if you wake up and you go, oh, I'm glad I'm Zerka. I'm glad I'm not this guy or that guy or this guy. That is the greatest feeling on earth, bro. Especially after a big loss. Like if you lost your job, if you got banned, and you still want to be you, that's resiliency, man. What helped you realize who you are? Well, no, you don't find out who you are. You build who you are. So obviously it was experience. Like 23, I had all the experience I've ever. That's all the experience I ever needed to become Zerka, right? So, and then recently in 2022, it became like, yeah, when I started reading, bro, it's like a new Zerka. Like he'll sit on a Bradley Martin podcast and bring 2 million views. Like, because I said, guys, I'm gonna be like an Alex Jones, and then my chat's like at 200 viewers, and they're like, I don't know, dude. We don't like this stuff you talk about. It's kind of boring. And then I sit down, I get 2 million views off of it, and those chatters are like, oh my god, it's actually interesting. He forced the world to talk about what he wants to talk about. Can you speak on Gnostic Christianity, the interplay between the esoteric and the Bible? Yeah, Gnostic Christianity is pretty much that. I think all Christians have this thought, but these guys very much had these kind of more Platonic thoughts mixed with Greek thoughts of, or some of the Kabbalists were more Jewish thoughts, but they pretty much think that there's a teaching in the Bible for the dumbass and a secret teaching for the enlightened. And I actually believe that, but they go very far. They think they're their own gods. Some Gnostic Christians believe that if sex is a sin, they could be homos and they avoid it. And a lot of them are homos, and you know how that went because they can't have kids. A lot of them are freaks. The good ones, obviously, where the fuck are they now? Because a lot of Gnostic Christianity became faggotry, really. But do I believe there's a secret teaching in the Bible? Yeah, there is definitely deeper meanings and lessons. It's almost like depending on your level of wokeness, right? But yeah, the Bible's for everyone. The dumbass, the genius, um, even the Satanist, because he's going through it, but he eventually has to come back to God, whether he likes it or not, so he can learn. I think Surface Kabbalah is good. Yeah, Kabbalah got perverted, but I don't like saying this on my streams because they love using it against me. But the Bible's very Jewish, and I don't say that on my streams ever because they think I'm talking about Judaism of today. But I'm talking about all the ancient religions had those Jew teachings. A lot of those Jew teachings got perverted and raped by these imposters. But yeah, the OG Jews really understood Christ, and they became Christians. And some were Gnostics, but yeah. And then after 300 years, or maybe 250 years, Christianity became a more political thing. Like it led with politics over spirituality. How you get saved as a Christian? Well, it's just the works with faith. So, have faith in Christ and do good works. And there's a lot of people who attack me and say there's no action involved; it's just faith alone. I don't believe in that at all. But when I preach Christianity, I don't talk about works that much because I think the trouble is getting people to believe in the first place, right? Like there's good people who are atheists, but they're, it's a slippery slope, and they're never great people. But there's great people who are Christian. How are we doing? Charles, yeah, you want to keep going? So I don't smoke on my days off, but when I do these, I smoke. You guys stress me out, bro. Look at this shit. This is my toe. Yo, Canada's fucked, eh? Oh, I don't even have any more cigarettes. Oh well. Coffee and cigarettes fasted. This whore was really into me, but I kind of ran off because she was so demonic. What do you mean by demonic? She could bring me social proof. Do I use the demon or leave it? Do you get addicted to demons? If I were you, when you run into her at a party, like I use my ex. Like every girl DMing me right now is because I posted me and my ex. They're like, "Whoa, Zerka looks very easy to chill with on vacation. I'm gonna hit him up." Why do you think I would post that kind of stuff? Do you think if it's not to market my ex, because I'll never use her name or I'll block the comment section. I don't want people going to her channel. I don't want she's just gonna make a penny off me. And I want her to make money. I just don't want it. Like I don't want her to ever think that I'm some dude who's like fucking paying her shit. But yeah, the most women I get is when I post other women, yeah. But when I post me being a normal guy with my ex, so many DM me, right? I just don't have enough footage. That's why I only have like a couple clips here and there. But I wish I got more footage of me being a boyfriend and stuff because it's very rare you see Circa's boyfriend. Usually he looks like the player that's hitting that. But if you see Circa in boyfriend mode, bro, these chicks love that shit. And I used to know they do, but I didn't post my ex for like a year. I make some funny tweets, and then one girl would DM me, and then now that I have the whole vacation I posted, they just flooded. You're so fucking hot. I didn't know you could be such a nice guy. Who is this girl you're being so sweet to? And I make her sound like she's great. Like, yeah, this is a girl you pretty much cannot replace. Are you with her? No, but no one can replace her. Gotta beat that PBJ girl. You know what I mean? It's so fucking important to have social proof. You're around an OnlyFans demon, social proof. Yeah. I don't think I've ever like I wouldn't even make $1 off my website if I didn't have clips of me with every single influencer girl, right? And they happen naturally. Like I was at Doherty's house and their girls were trying to get me on camera. I'm like, not really for a few days. But then when I was like, wait a minute, this is a commercial, right? What's your thoughts on race mixing? I don't like it. I think Sneako's like the only good-looking race mix, but a lot of them come out. Yeah, they come out good-looking. A lot of them, but a lot of them come out good-looking with a personality of confused. I think. Man, I'm sounding stupid too because there's so many purebreds that are confused. Like, how many white guys do you know that are not Vikings and like they're just faggots? So, yeah, humans are confused. Yeah, in-person meetups. Yeah, but when I'm in Miami, I'll just you guys are gonna dox me anyway, so I'll just tell you guys meet downstairs at the coffee shop. How to get the girl with other dudes hitting on her? Simple. Don't hit on her. Do what I do at the party. Right. I actually kind of want to do an experiment with you guys where we go to a party and I'll pay you money if I get this wrong, but we'll pick one of the girls that needs attention, right? Like these hot girls who like attention, and I'll just show you guys me at the party and I'll just turn my back to her for like 1 hour, and you guys are gonna see within 10 minutes she's gonna come into my conversation. Like they need to win over the guy who's forgetting about them, you know. So if there's 10 guys hitting on a girl in a room, I will never be number 11. That's fucking faggotry. Can you talk more about sustaining a long-term relationship with a good girl? Yeah. I know, of course, you say sustain long-term relationship by fulfilling the father archetype rather than the older brother, but doesn't that become boring after a while? The father is still playful. It's just he has a say in her life, whereas the older brother is more like, I don't like you doing that. But the father's like, you're not allowed to do that. He's way more authority when you're the boyfriend, right? But you never, ever stop being playful. So you go from a goofy kind of older brother to a goofy kind of father figure, but you now have the authority to say, give me your passwords, right? Yeah, the older brother's advice, the father's controlling, yeah. But that doesn't mean you're boring. It just means when you stop being playful and funny and you need her to not do something, she actually has to respect it. And then you have to, the ultimate Exodia card is you have to walk away from her when she doesn't do what you say. Like that's the scariest thing when you invested a few weeks or a month in the bitch, and then you have to walk away from a bitch. And walking away means she could do some whole shit when you're away, but you're gonna be the only human who's ever walked away from her. Trust me, she's gonna feel it. And then if she does whole shit, that saved you a lot of heartache. Because if she does it that early, she'll do it later too. Trust me, they're all the same. Like, you talk about perfect form on shows, how to create that. Yeah, it's just anxiety control. Everything. So when I'm exhausted, I sound better. When I'm really horny, I sound better. So sometimes I'll even stare at some fucking OF bitch's ass and then walk into the Fresh Fit podcast, and then the girls look a lot hotter to me. When they look hotter, I try harder. I don't know why. But I need that electricity raised. But don't use that against me. No, that sounds like evil. And bro, you do it by accident. You do it with your thoughts. Like everyone does it in their own way. Do you do breathwork? Yeah, I do. Oh, it didn't work? I'll walk around the Fresh and Fit studio for a bit, and I'll even show up late just so I show up perfect. But yeah, there's something that happens to me. There's like when I get the jitters, I perform really well, but it's not 100%. And when I kill those motherfuckers and then I stimulate them again, so coffee or some shit like that, then that's my best form. Oh shit, I gotta see that cheeser thing. What did you do to prepare with your fight for Prime? No, dude, I was sprained on drugs, really, like really, because I wouldn't take my Percocet, but I would be in pain. So the girls like try ketamine. I have some ketamine, and I was with three bitches partying, and I slept for days, stupid, dehydrated, like literally the worst health I've ever been in. And then they said in a couple hours you have to fight. And in my head, I'm like, I've never broken anything, so the worst that could happen is not the worst. And then, I think it was the first round, like it just, and I was like, oh my God, I have 30 seconds before I feel this. This is the first time I busted something. And it wasn't a regular, it was a lot. And I was like, damn, I knew not to throw that one. Like I knew it was busted. Uh, and I was half throwing it too. And then the pain was yanking me low. Like it was like if you go watch that, the first few seconds, you'll see me just throw like a left hand. This is a jab, and it looks very normal. And then you see after the pop, bro, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm surprised. I feel like any other human would say, I don't want to fight anymore. Like, fucking take the money. I don't want to fight. But I said to myself, oh, fucking haters are watching and shit. I don't even care about the money. I just want to get to the hospital. This shit's about to fucking explode in pain. Uh, and then I said, you know what? Just duck. You could just fucking eat any punch to the fucking chin, but just duck and slam your right hand because, well, I had to duck because it's yanking me this way. But I said, you know what? Fuck it. We're just going to do this with one arm. If I do this, I promise I will get I will never be that fucking stupid again, like ever. And then I was that stupid again 4 more times for like 4 different problems. And but my whole life in bouncing, everything I've ever done, I've always done it the stupid way and won. But that shit catches up with you. But yeah, I can't imagine a more unhealthy human being than me. I think I was pissing red, bro. I was pissing like, whoa, bro, that's yeah. Because I remember I'm like the shit performance didn't bother me because I'm like, I can't believe I didn't start crying from that pain. Because as soon as I was in the hospital, I was like, ah. And yeah, that was the worst thing to ever happen. All right. Sorry. What time? What's our time right now? Yeah, now I'm just gonna have to do surgery. I'm doing surgery on this one, and then a couple months later I'll do this one. And can someone find out how much it cost shoulder dislocation surgery in Miami and get me that appointment? So I'll do it ASAP. And then how much can it cost? So I was hearing way different prices from you guys. And stem cells, like that wait list is retarded. Depends on your insurance. I thought you just pay money. Let's say I don't have insurance. Let's just assume that. How much? Because I saw the guys who get surgery in 4 months can swing as hard as they can. Like, yeah. Turkey, I don't really care about the looks. Like, they're not really harming my business. Like, I care about this because I do a lot of stupid shit. I get hot headed, and I watch clips of me hitting that punching bag at TwitchCon. I used to slam shit before I fucked this stuff up. I used to slam hard, and now it's like I throw with apprehension, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like this me, bro. I've never been this guy. Advice for creatives to make epic content and pop off: find someone who you want to copy and do it better than them. So for me, it was Alex Jones. I was like, I want to be better than whatever his storytelling is. His storytelling is great, and he's got a lot of insider info. So I went and read books to have the insider info, and then I just did it better than him. And yeah, like I know his influence is stronger. He's had that career for like 30 years, but I think I'm better than him at that stuff, like on a podcast. No, I'm not. He's so entertaining. Like I'm not thinking the Joe Rogan one. Rabbit Jackson Sneeko talk about flat Earth. Oh, I gotta see that. Should I react to that for YouTube? Is it long? $6,000 for the surgery for one shoulder? Life sucks, bro. Yeah, it's worth it. I would have paid 20K. I don't give a fuck, but I didn't think it's that. Just go to another country. Then I have to pay 2K for a ticket, and I gotta waste time and energy. Fuck that. And I miss work. Fuck that. No, I'll just do the surgery and I'll just fucking have girls in my apartment in Miami and film with them with the fucking the sleep thing, and then wait, why Florida cheaper? Yeah, I gotta find the best surgeon, and then it can never dislocate again, and then I can just fucking be free to be literally. Romania's 2K an hour. Yeah, but how much do I spend eating, flying, hoteling? Turns out to be the same. Like fuck that shit. Thoughts on black people? I like black people. I just don't like the fight videos of those like that person who died because they're getting slammed against pavement. I think those people are. There's a father in that home that is missing, bro. I didn't know $6,000, bro. Why did I read on the internet it was 2,000? Well, yeah, they're going to my shoulder. That makes sense. I have to do both of them too. Well, I only need right one to ever feel safe again, because it's not gonna be like, it's gonna be like, get the fuck out of my face, bow. Yeah, I need to be safe. I need my right one, bro, because I don't know why I keep seeing in my head me postponing this is gonna get me really fucking raped. I cannot do both shoulders because I need one to work. Like we'll do one and then we'll do the other. We'll do it like that. Yeah, 6K doesn't seem like that much now that I think about it. Like I make a shit ton. I don't know why that guy online said it was like 1.5K. I'm like, that's nothing. I'm used to 1.5. Yeah, no, if it comes to body, I'm gonna be honest, I would have paid $50,000, $60,000 for it. And yeah. No, it's just I even if I don't do anything sports related and it doesn't pop out, I have apprehension on both because snapped them up multiple times within a month, which you're not supposed to do at 200. What was I? I was a very big boy, and they're like, dude, who the fuck does this? And I was taking drugs and alcohol to like forget that they're damaged, and then I'll damage them more. And then they're like, dude, you're always gonna be having that feeling of oh when you're waking up in the morning. Like there's this it's self-limiting. It's such a weird feeling, bro. The worst thing ever. You know, like I can't wait to get this surgery done. And then within 4 months, you can just throw a baseball as hard as you can without worrying about anything. So I can't wait for that. No, demon time. Demon time only makes sense for promoting something or like money wise, but no, I will only ever be a fucking retard when my shoulder's fucking fixed. Because I cannot tell you guys the devil you'll hear laughing when you're on top of a dude ready to punch him in the face, and he goes shink shink, and you go, should I risk it? Cops, cops, cops. Oh, there's cops. There's this. Man, I just need to crack once, one elbow. And in my head, I'm like, if I crack, will it pop? And then I stood up and I'm like, I'm fully popped, bro. Again. Not half popped, not partial, like, and yeah, the paramedic actually freaked the fuck out. He's like, yeah, he's because I was like, yeah, it was like, yeah. But in my head, I'm thinking, that's exactly what Zerko would do. Like, because I still remember grabbing him and I go, I know if I flip him and I get on top, I'm snapping this arm, but I need to do it for my ego. You know what I mean? And I just think if those shoulders were healthy, how faster I would advance. I would just be right at his fucking nose, splitting it up with an elbow. And then, yeah, sure, cops, whatever, and stand up and be like, yeah, I'm on. But man, to think like, who goes to war at their weakest fucking form, bro? That's cocky guy, bro. Like that's I heard the devil there. Like the devil's like, ha ha ha. And I remember thinking to myself, like, I don't even want to be athletic or anything. I just want full shoulder health for yeah, but when I think about it, it is my fault because what human being would ever get baited if they're have something snapped? A normal human being would just wait, heal, go to surgery, and then go into the bait. But in my head, I'm like thinking, just anger issues. All right, what's my time here, guys? I got some other stuff I got to do. Yeah, should we wrap it up here? We'll do one more question. Let's see from. Oh no, that's a lot of time for you guys. You're welcome. What the fuck?